For step 5, we need to make the casings for the backpack. This is where the drawstring will go to basically create the handles or the arm straps for your backpack. So to make casings, you're going to take your finished front piece and we're going to go ahead, flip it over so we're looking at the inside, the wrong side. You'll need a ruler. A seam gauge is even better. I don't have one at home, but if you've got a seam gauge, use that to do your measurements. You need to be accurate when you measure to set up your casings. What you want to do is you want to turn in that top edge 1 centimeter. So fold it under, check that it's 1 centimeter. When it is 1 centimeter, go ahead and just put a pin in it to keep it folded. And then once you've got that pinned in place, measure down with your same little ruler. Just go ahead and measure 5 centimeters from the top edge. So I've got the edge of the ruler there. I'm measuring down 5 centimeters, which is right here. I'm actually going to make a mark there with my tailoring chalk. So that is where I need to sew down to. I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So sliding this over, folding in 1 centimeter, check to make sure that it's 1. Put a pin. And again, measure down 5 centimeters. Make a mark. When you sew, you're only going to sew down to the 5 centimeter mark. You're not sewing past that. So you're starting at the top edge here. Start just on the edge of the serging line. So right in here, you're going to go forward, reverse into that chalk mark and stop there and do a little reverse. So to set up, just make sure you line up your needle with the inner edge of the serging. It would be the left side of the serging. And go ahead, sew a short seam down to the chalk mark. As you can see, the first seam is done. It's very short and it doesn't really show on the outside. You're going to do this exact same step on the other side of the front of the bag. And then you will do the exact same thing 2 more times. So this is the back of the bag. This is piece number 5. We have not touched this yet, but now you can go ahead, measure and pin and mark your 2 top edges on the back. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and sew those just like you sewed the front. So you've sewn both sides of the top of the bag. What you're going to do now is you're going to fold this top edge down 2.5 centimeters, which is half of the 5 that you measured originally. So you can use your ruler to check. And when you know that it's 2.5, take the iron, give it a quick little press. Once you've pressed it, you can put a pin to keep it in place. And you're going to, again, check 2.5, fold it over, pressed, and pinned. And you'll do the same with the back that you do with the front. So just folding over 2.5 centimeters, check, press first, then pin. Once you've done the front, grab the back of the bag and do the exact same thing. So you will have 2 folded over edges when you are done. So I'm just showing both the front and the back of the bag here. They have both been pressed and pinned 2.5 centimeters down from that top edge. This is the back. And now I'm going to go ahead and sew them. I will sew one at a time, put the other one aside, and you want to line up your needle with, again, the inside edge of the serging, which is at about the 2 centimeter mark. So if you just go ahead and line it up, if you've pressed it evenly, your sewing will come out evenly as well. So get it started. And you'll continue sewing until you reach the very, very end. And as you approach the end, just make sure you do a reverse again. And so now the back is done. You'll do the exact same thing to the front. And now you have essentially a long, narrow tube. This is where you will slide the drawstrings through once you've cut and are ready to install your drawstrings in your bag. So that's the casings.